further ado, I'd like to introduce Calvin.
The name of this piece is called "The Politics of Food." It's about what my work break is like. My lunch break is like at work. I never have lunch at work. I mean, I do, but not the type of lunch where you stop what you're doing and leave the office for an hour so you can eat in peace and tranquility. Those luxurious lunches I have once a year, and I'm usually backed up with parts orders and laptop requests after. Most of my shift, I barely leave my desk for longer than 5 minutes. Whenever a lull in activity appears, I'll power walk across the hall to the closet we call the break room, dive into the fridge, and dig out my glass Pyrex dish filled with last night's leftovers. Never home earlier than midnight during the week, so mom set the dish aside for me like the starving, struggling sleeper that I am. The proper term is called working lunch. It's in the working or eating, that term feels borderline oxymoron. All I want to do now is nuke this plate in the microwave, yank it out, head back to my cubicle before anyone notices. You have no idea what it's like when a crowd of suspicious coworkers all converge on my mushroom, chicken, and broccoli with curious stares like I'm about to eat a hamster. I feel like a hamster every time this happens, over having home-cooked food for lunch in the last dish. Food's ready. Never thought hearing an obnoxiously loud bell go out would be so relieving. With no one around, the feeling's almost as filling as a plate of curry chicken and rice. The first week working here, I brought in a dish of leftover spaghetti in a glass Pyrex container. As I heated it up, I heard audible gasps from outside the break room, kind of like when people found out Tupac was shot. A minute later, a crowd of people surrounded the microwave, and later reappeared over my cubicle like a horror movie villain. In other words, just like what's happening now. "What you got there, Ennis?" said Damon, a big bone brother in a red polo shirt and black slacks. Looked like a cross between Fat Albert and the notorious B.I.G. if you're a manager at a Target. I covered my plate with my arm like a bear protecting the cubs. "It's okay, you don't have to hide it." Without taking my eyes away from him, I lifted the napkin covering the Pyrex dish to reveal roast chicken, potatoes, and collard greens. By the smell of it, even I was impressed. I hadn't looked at what was inside the entire time and hadn't been on watch for the last 15 minutes. "You eat pretty damn well, don't you, Ennis?" "I'd eat better if you stopped drooling over it." "Oh, I'm sorry. I wouldn't want to ruin your appetite. A lot of effort went into that plate. You would know all about effort now, wouldn't you? The most effort you use on a daily basis is walking to the elevator and back. You and that vaunted sarcasm of yours, Ennis, I must say, you would make one hell of a comedian. You'd make a better one. You wouldn't even have to say a word. All you have to do is stand on stage, break up that goofy, shit-eating smile you always have on your face, and stare at people like you're staring at my food right now. Guaranteed comic gold, I'm telling you. You know what? I'm going to leave you to your lunch. You have a nice day, sir." I watched Damon leave to make sure he didn't boomerang back while I had a mouthful in my mouth. He had a habit of sneaking up on me while I ate, but thankfully he cut that out. Unbeknownst to me, when I started working in desktop services, food is considered a status symbol, a bargaining chip even. It's a strange concoction. 1/3 hegemony, 1/3 food, and 1/3 computers. When your day-to-day employment consists of assisting clueless investment bankers with their laptops and desktops all day with below average pay, something has to pass for positive reinforcement and motivate for the troops. The technician that completes the most machine repairs for the month receives a free lunch. The tech calls out a coordinator for assigning him an incomplete ticket, and is correct, that coordinator must buy him or her lunch. And for both instances, we're not talking about some 10-piece chicken McNuggets meal or a gift card from Dunkin' Donuts. We're talking a full, hearty lunch from Dave's on 16th and Lexington, a lunch special from Holmes Kitchen on 18th and Broadway, or wings from Dallas Barbecue. Probably should have mentioned beforehand that I work with a lot of big boys who possess the nimblest hands I've ever seen. The rounder your stomach, the better and more experienced technician, apparently. At times, I feel like I'm working on the spaceship from Wall-E. 25 of us are down here in the first sub-basement. 5 in the warehouse, 4 supervisors, 3 coordinators who assign tickets, and 13 technicians who carry out the assignments. We're a diverse bunch of men, women, blacks, whites, Latinos, anywhere from early 20s to late 40s. We're all paid the same. Spoiler alert, we all bitch about it too. Yet most of the staff please the offer to pick up lunch every day. Soup from Credit Manger, a hot dog from 7-Eleven, all you can eat from Essen, the Indian food truck in front of the bank, Popeyes, anyone's patient enough to withstand the accommodation of college freshmen waiting around the room, and the long wait for fried chicken. Usually the cheapest grub anyone can find. Surprisingly, the women and white people manage to stay the skinniest. I join in with them on a regular basis. On the off chance I do buy lunch, I found Shorty's, an awesome cheesesteak restaurant on 26th and Madison. Except for the fact that I realized I'm broke, For some reason, credit card and student loans won't pay themselves off, and that even if I could, I'd eat myself into a week-long food coma. Because of the slim, inexpensive culinary options in lower Midtown, a free lunch is like finding $25 in a jacket you haven't worn in years. Supervisors know this. It's their leverage. More than likely, someone's going to feel grateful for that free lunch, and in turn become more pliable toward toeing the line. So when I show up with last night's roast chicken and broccoli, encased in glass no less, at best I'm an individual. Someone follows the beat of his own drummer. At worst, I'm uppity, spoiled, entitled, and worst of all, disruptive of everyone's plans. Owning this job could leftovers be considered empowering. I finished most of my chicken and all my greens while catching up on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver on YouTube. When the instant message prompt disrupts my screen. Literally, everything freezes on the screen, including John Oliver in a ridiculously outraged pose, the caustic Brit's eyes bugging out as wide as his eyeglasses. A minute later, no exaggeration, everything sinks back together. It's from Walt in the basement. One of the desktops I rebuilt this morning isn't turning on. It's a simple fix, but he tends to get squeamish when it comes to opening one up. Kind of like how squeamish I get if I had to perform surgery. What you got? What you got? What you got? I look up and see my project manager eyeing my plate. All 6'2", 250 pounds of flab peering down on me. I roll my eyes considering I just went through this routine half an hour ago, but consider he can fire me if he so chooses. It's probably best to just play along. Just chicken and broccoli. That's it? Just chicken and broccoli? Pretty much. What else you got? What else you got? Besides sharp pangs of annoyance, I pointed to the box of buffalo wings I picked up from the canteen in the basement. I'll admit, I put on quite a few pounds myself, almost exclusively from these tasty morsels, despite bringing in lunch, so I wouldn't go searching for outside food. I found the canteen accidentally 6 months ago, and they just so happened to have a fresh rack of wings behind the counter that day. Now I stop down there for an early snack every time I go to destroy hard drives, which would be every day. I'm not gonna lie, it's the best item on the menu. It's also the only item I trust. Everything else, either I can't pronounce, never heard of, or runs through me like the River Jordan. Well, we all know who's eating well in this department. Before I can respond, he's already moved on to the next cubicle. It's easy to say it's for the best. I'm just happy I can finish my meal in peace and quiet with no upcoming crises on the horizon for the next 5 minutes. Don't get me wrong, the job does feed us at some points. The PM springs for Italian food for the entire account during late night desk moves. He used to order from Pluck U, a chicken joint on Sullivan, Greenwich Village. Their college-friendly spread of boneless buffalo wings and fries was the usual dinner until it closed down 6 months ago. During the week of Thanksgiving, we all pitched in and each brought in the dish for our own potluck Thanksgiving feast. It's great on the days when I have too much work to quickly duck out of the office and read zero food. It's a tad awkward when I do have lunch with me. Do I go with the barbecue chicken and black beans, or as many pepperoni, bacon, and beef pizzas I can scarf down in an hour? Usually option B wins out. We do have a fridge on the job, after all, and at times, it is quite generous for me to give mom the night off. I log back in my computer to see a 10-response long email chain that's awaiting my input, and 5 tickets for one of the laptop requests. I still have another half hour left in my lunch break, 4 cubes potatoes and a sliver of chicken left in my plate. And I still need to wash my blade in the men's room sink, since the only faucet has hot water. Did you check your email yet to Gary across from his cubicle?